Tombstone if you can avoid it. And with the Spirit Breaker charge, you're kind of forced to fight into a position that you don't necessarily want to. Whereas generally,
nicely done by Fluff. They're going to need a lot more where that came from. Can the tomato clap again? One more auto attack might be enough. The first blood ends up coming to Ush in the bottom lane. He gets a double. He almost ends up getting a triple kill. And they've managed to bring down
Sleep.
They really want to get him out of this woods, but Mike is following EternalEnvy and bashing him too. He's got a charge. He may actually go in here and try to get 1-2 kills out of it. The charge was used. The wraparound comes. They toss him and chuck him back down, but it's Big Daddy who's the real one in trouble. Chased out, almost finished off. So too is Mike. They get that first kill in the Wisp. Fluff now slept. Fog joining the fray. TC's into the mix. It's an absolute melee in the top lane. Misery and EternalEnvy finally going to bring down Fog and get something going their way. And now they turn their attention towards Fluff. With the hasted TC back in the mix, he throws out the level 3 lightning bolt. Fluff will fall. The courier's in jeopardy too, almost brought down by auto attacks. And then there's this tier 1 mid. EternalEnvy getting very confident. Winding his way through the Radiant Woods. About to meet with the creeps. They will join forces with FATA. But at the same time, Bone 7 gets ambushed. Tombstone was dropped. They now go in with Ush. Tornado crashing in. Test of Faith also used. They get the first kill. They get a secondary kill. And it might be the fight that Fire are looking for to turn this game around. Now the chase into EternalEnvy. Where's the backup? The Wisp nowhere in sight. Envy now throwing out a stun, but gets bolted and then tasered by Fog.
And now Wisp is dead too.
Starting to congregate, but as soon as they show a couple heroes top, Tiny's mid, and this should be a freebie for EternalEnvy. Glyph comes out. Well, maybe not a freebie this time around. Big Daddy about to relocate. And he's going to end up relocating up just a bit to the north, but gets brought low. Mike ends up getting the kill. Fog will get it with the Dagon, and now looks for EternalEnvy on the TP out close to dying, but they can't finish.
3,000 net worth ahead. Because he can just play as briskly as he wants.
Tower is under attack.
They are going to push mid.
Can stop the flames.
Fire grouping up here. Misery getting aggressive on the top side of the map, and on the bottom side, FATA ends up getting charged, caught up by Mike, then dashed. Fog arriving and again zaps him. As soon as this is spotted, they immediately descend on mid. Cloud9 looking for that trade-off as always. They can't quite get in close onto the Bristleback, but instead it's TC who's trapped out. He is mech'd and kept alive for now. Chen, Hand of God, not being used. It will be now, but to no avail. The gem passed back the other way. Mike charges all the way through onto Misery, manages to end the Fiend's grip. FATA bought back for this. Getting the 2 kills there in exchange for his own death earlier. And now a relocate. They relocated one direction, they sleep Mike in the other. Ush heading for the hills, but Tiny there to greet him and tosses him up, smacks him back down. Another quick kill. Cloud9 make it 3 for the cost of an Invoker death and a buyback. Now showing quite a few heroes. Tornado EMP pushes Ush into the tree line. They relocate to the top side of the map where Tiny and Wisp will jump onto Fog, but he throws out the E-Blade Dagon. Not enough to finish off Big Daddy, unfortunately. And now we're going to return our attention to top, where the Invoker as well as the Undying have fallen. Tiny, not going to be brought back. Just Big Daddy. He goes down too. It's a 3-for-1. Nice little trade there for Fire, all things considered. But Envy in position to probably draw creeps to you, and I guess if he gets the right creeps, he may be able to just turn a fight.
I don't think you want to be in the middle of the fight though as a Chen. Tiny will cleave all your creeps down, and he has a BKB.
Yeah, that's like the more aggressive way. Of course, there's the safe defensive blink sleep, or a sensible back play as well. Zeus ult comes out. Ush, no backup for that, but it's a low cooldown ultimate. 85 seconds to go, and they just chase onwards. Tiny into the front lines, all working on his way to Fluff, gets stunned, nicely done. And so they'll head to the other direction instead, where they've managed to isolate the Zeus. He's dealt with easily. And now they relocate onto Fog. He's in a bit of a pickle here, has the E-Blade Dagon, can't get the vision right now, ends up throwing out the Ethereal Blade on EternalEnvy, then zaps Big Daddy. Nice use of Fog there. How fitting.
Ha.
And now on to Ice Mike. He slept. This looks to be the 4th. Hexed out, caught in the ice wall, and then slowly but surely right-click down. They use him as he attempts to go for his ultimate. And now he'll get it off. Might even manage to finish on Misery. Nope, not going to happen. And oh, by the way, there's still a tiny Wisp here. That Wisp of Big Daddy has seen better days. Needs quite a bit.
Relocate to do Roche. It's this play I've seen done before.
Man, there's a lot of tricks they can pull out having the... Uh-oh. There's a jump in. Us just going to walk forward, but there's a lot of heroes waiting behind him. Mike gets interrupted with an avalanche as he's attempting to complete his charge. They do bring FATA low, finishing him off, turning their attention to Bone 7. Where are the Tiny Wisp for now? They're just off in the middle lane. They jumped forward to get this kill in the Nature's Prophet. Now they return, but it's a bit of an ambush. Well, maybe it's not. EternalEnvy getting control now. He loses his Wisp. He's held in position, but then Misery arrives, tries to throw out the sleep to turn things about, and they start to kite him, but it takes a while. They stomp him, goo him up a bit. Big Daddy rejoins the fray. He bought back for this. They do not want this Roche going down uncontested. Leaping out with the blink is Fluff. He will end up surviving. At the same time, Ike's Mike goes down, and it leaves only TC to try and salvage this. Misery, though, manages to get off of sleep. It's going to cost TC his life, it looks like. Toss forward. Big Daddy ends him. And now it's into the pit. Buyback status for the Radiant. They have 0.
Bristle got owned by Tiny so badly.
GG. That was it. Their final gambit in this game number 3 didn't pay off. Cloud9 now 1 win away from a trip to China at the Dota 2 Asia Championships.
It's all about the Wisp Tiny.
It's been the story of the series. Heavy flashbacks to TI3.
I liked the strategy with the Nature's Prophet, but it was just too weak at scaling into the mid to late. Like, they were doing fantastically in the first 10, and then he got his Dagon, and then what? They killed Wisp maybe like twice with it. And, I mean, there's no other item that would have...
Unstoppable! I break from... Radiant's middle tower is losing its foundation.
Unthinkable.